For 7 years, Matthew Daley had been under the care of a mental health team from Sussex partnership NHS Foundation Trust. Today, it's admitted 3 fundamental failings in that time. He was wrongly diagnosed, clinicians focusing on Matthew's autism spectrum disorder rather than the voices in his head. His family wasn't listened to, and his treatment wasn't changed as his condition developed.
We're really sorry for what happened. I recognise that with this tragic incident, 2 families have been devastated. The vast majority of care that we do provide is good care, but there's no guarantee that incidents like this won't happen again. What we need to do is ensure that we learn the lessons from what has happened and try to ensure that they're fewer rather than more in future.
So how often is this happening? Well, in 2012, the most recent figures for England, 50 people were killed by someone in contact with mental health services. That's around 1 in 8 of all homicides. Philip Hendy was stabbed to death by a mentally ill man in 2007, leading his son Julian to set up a charity for victims' families.
The benchmark now to put people into hospital is so high that you have to be so ill to actually get treatment. And often what we see is that people have to commit offences before they actually get the treatment they need. And that's not right. Had the bloke who killed my dad received proper treatment, he wouldn't be in jail anymore, and my dad would probably be alive.
Yet it seems often lessons aren't learnt from previous deaths. We've examined reports into 3 other killings committed by patients of the same Sussex Trust that cared for Matthew Daley, which highlight inadequate diagnosis, risk assessment and involvement of families. The same weaknesses the Trust apologise for today.
That's not acceptable, and it's not acceptable for us as an organisation going forward, and we'll take full responsibility for that to ensure that we do learn the lessons as we move forward.
But that's what people always say. We'll learn the lessons, and the evidence suggests it never happens.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it never happens, and I can understand the cases that you've referred to, but we see this case as one that we will ensure we learn for the future.
Matthew Daley's mother says the apology she's received from Sussex Partnership Trust is too late for her son, and too late to save the life of Donald Locke.